Tom Zenner scandal.
Rick Singer. That was the mastermind behind this. He had a legitimate side of his business. Probably over 80% it was legit. They would consult with kids, help them prepare for the ACTs, open some doors on the recruiting end. But then he figured out later that there's this side door entrance. Some of his legal clients were Steve Jobs, Joe Montana, Wall Street parents, Silicon Valley. So there was a legitimate side to his business and then that dark side. And it all centered around some of these parents doing shady things, doctoring photos, cheating on tests, having test takers take their test to allow them to get into Brown, Yale, Georgetown, some prestigious schools around the country. So if you don't fully know what the scandal is, that's kind of the basis of it.
With the other people, if we can mention, like Felicity Hoffman's child with Macy and Lori Loughlin. So their kids were not athletes, but saying there would be athletes, or that, and where John's kids are actual athletes that was thrown out. So the other ones were not telling the truth.
Yeah.
Where John is the one man of truth right here.
And you got lumped into that, John, right? Because you saw what the other parents were doing.
We had no idea the other parents. We knew Singer had 2,000 clients or so. He came highly recommended to us by a contact at Goldman Sachs, who had been an advisor to us for a decade before we met Singer. So he came highly recommended. We knew he had lots of clients. It turned out he had over 1,700 clients, at least in the records that we saw. And they only charged 30 parents or 33 parents. And so they charged fewer than 2% of his clients. So 98% of his clients were never charged. I assume most of them were innocent like we were. And so we asked ourselves again, what did we do to make that cut? Because they had overwhelming evidence that our kids were qualified on their own merits, that we didn't cheat, we didn't bribe anyone. I got receipts for my donations from USC, and yet they charged me anyway. As we got into it and dug further, and later on as well, we've talked to some former FBI agents and some former prosecutors from the Boston office, and they all confirmed that they used me for a venue hook, they called it. They used me to justify bringing all the trials from California and other places in the country to Boston. So the Boston-based prosecutors needed one person in Massachusetts, if they called this a giant conspiracy, to allow them to bring all of the trials and, of course, all the media spotlights to Boston. And so I was that one person. And whether I was innocent or not didn't really matter because I was the only Singer client in Massachusetts. So they had to get me, because if they didn't, the trials would have all been held in California and somebody else would have gotten the media attention, not the Boston prosecutor.
Hey there, I'm Tom Zenner, and if you're a fan of true crime and pop culture scandal, I think you are, well, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Give us a like, because trust me, the drama is just starting to heat up. Follow me on social media at Tom Zenner, and keep coming back to the channel, and we're going to keep bringing you the scandal every single day. New content. Thanks for watching.